doesn't seem that long ago when we were all surprised by the concept of 3D printing and whether it would really work in the aerospace industry. Well, it really is taking over now. Eric Breeden, VP of Marketing with Stratasys. You've got a lot on show here about aerospace applications. Tell us about how important 3D printing has become.
3D printing has really become a great asset for airline industry. Overall, when we look at our technology, it has been adopted very much into the what we call the aircraft cabin interior. That's the reason why we're here. And we can see that more and more companies who are looking to streamline their manufacturing process, optimize the flight weight costs. We do provide solutions with 3D printing that are beneficial because we have lightweight structure. We have capacity to provide technology which is certified for the aerospace industry, whether it's touching the what we call the tooling environment to optimize the whole process of manufacturing and use part, or parts that we directly manufacture for the cabin interiors. Many manufacturers have been adopting the technology, looking at specific parts inside the cabins. Sometimes you don't see them. Sometimes you start seeing them. You don't know that it's 3D printed, but it's there, and it will be more and more in the future. So there's a lot of process involved, technology, hardware, the printers, the material that you can use, which needs to be certified, the software, how you adjust the design, and then the whole work that we do with our consulting team to help the designers, to help the engineers to get to that final parts that will be ending up as a 3D printed part on the plane.
And I can see behind you, you've got some very different textures here as well. So is that something that's giving flexibility to the designers?
It's some point of time, something that people have to look at. How do we optimize the whole process of manufacturing? When you think about additive manufacturing, it's a layer by layer technology. So when you look at the raw parts coming out of the printer, there is always a bit of a structure. So it's not as smooth as it could be if it's in molding, injected or molded process. So in order to optimize the whole time process, we started to look also at the benefit of integrating in the design file texture that would eliminate the problem of the post-processing. And you can see it from the display here, that in some parts you could have texture which will eliminate all the sanding process, just need to do the priming and the painting, and then you get much faster to the part. So it's more like looking at potential opportunistic innovation that the designers could integrate into their manufacturing and designing process to make more advantage of using additive manufacturing.
Finally, I'd like to talk about the digital files that you're sending around the world to the guys that are actually printing. And how's this working with things like we're suffering, Brexit, the trade wars between the US and China and so on? How is this an advantage?
So definitely the fact that you could think about remote or distributed manufacturing is putting some thought that you could benefit from. Instead of shipping hardware goods, you could send files. Now, there's a lot of consideration there. Of course, file properties, IPs, protection of data, but those are things that we are running together with the companies who are thinking about that process, to how you protect, you make sure that the file that you're going to send is going to be technically locked, and make sure that you guarantee that when the file is sent, it's going to be printed as you expect.
Thank you very much. And so it's not the future, it's the present. And if you want to see more about our 3D printings, go to wearefin.com.